Hey guys, Dan, the craft beer man, back at it again with a new brew review for you today. So today I have High Voltage. This is an espresso stout from Hoyne Brewing Company out of Victoria, BC, established 2011. This particular beer is a 7.1 ABV and the IBU is unknown. A little bit about Hoyne. They're in historic downtown Victoria. Brewmasters are Sean Hoyne and Frank Appleton. They used to be brewing in the Swan Hotel and also in the Canoe Club. Now, Hoyne has some pretty famous beers. Dark Matter, love that beer. Uh, their Pilsner, Devil's Dream IPA, Summer Haze, Honey Hef, fantastic beer. Helios, another great beer, and Entre Nous, which was a Belgian cherry wit beer. That's it. That I have for Hoyne. Don't have a lot of material on them. Now this particular beer is a stout, so stouts are generally dark. They're heavy, top fermented. They were first documented in 1677. Came out of England. Stouts refer to the strength of the beer and not so much the color. Porters were first documented in about 1721. These particular beers are generally 7 to 8% ABV, and porters and stouts is kind of an interchangeable term. Now, there's many different types of stouts. There's milk, dry, Irish, oyster, chocolate, coffee, oatmeal, and then there's imperial. Now these are generally a lot stronger. That's why they're referred to as imperial. And also there's Baltic porters. Now it's the roasted barley that gives it that color. Porters and stouts kind of started to hit the US and Canadian scene about 1980, and then they started adding ingredients such as like vanilla, chili, coffee, chocolate, and etc. Imperials are sometimes aged in bourbon barrels, and generally these beers can be malty, they can be sweet, they can be slightly bitter, they can have notes, not necessarily ingredients of coffee, chocolate, toffee, caramel, licorice, and generally these beers are not too hoppy. All right, so the brewer's notes on this particular beer: Voltage Espresso Stout is what happens when you bring two of the world's favorite pastimes together, coffee and beer. Our espresso stout is a happy marriage of British roasted malts and the rich aromatics of locally roasted, ethically grown organic coffee beans. This beer is a tribute to all the amazing locally independently owned micro roasters and coffee shops. All right, so this is High Voltage Espresso Stout. Let's give it a go. Cheers. Beautiful, just a beautiful beer. Um, it's roasted, it's toasty, it's dark. Definitely lots of coffee in there. It's strong, it's creamy, and yeah, not that it's necessarily added, but because of the roasted barley and the coffee and the malt, you're gonna get things like caramel and toffee and caramel, and this is just absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5 from me. Hoyne has just mastered this. This is beautiful. What would I pair this with? Meat pies, burgers, sausage, bacon, ribs, barbecue, baked beans, mashed potatoes with gravy, chilies, stews, Mexican food, but using mole sauce. A mole is kind of like a spiced chocolate sauce, so it's not so much sweet, but more savory. You can pair this with like, I don't know, um, nut dishes, um, stuff like pecan pie, or say like baklava, and maybe even some vanilla ice cream. So yeah, 4.5 out of 5 for me. Don't take my word for it. Check it out for yourself. Wow, this is cool. This is a very cool beer. Um, You know, Hoyne's been around for a while. They know what they're doing, and you know, Dark Matter, their Pilsner, Devil's Dream IPA, their Summer Haze. I highly recommend the Summer Haze while we're still in summer. Helios is good too. And if you do happen to see Entre Nous Belgian cherry wit beer, beautiful, lots of cherries. It's very light, great for summer, great for barbecue season. And I think no matter what you try from Hoyne, you will be impressed. They do a great job, and they have some staple beers, and I think they're definitely a brewery, a BC brewery to contend with. So, um, if you're in Victoria, check them out. I've been there at least once, and very, very impressive brewery, and great staff, and I think you'll like them too. But use Untapped, use the government liquor store app. I think I picked this up at the government liquor store on Broadway, close to Maine, um, and Kingsgate Mall. So, but use Untapped, and you should be able to find this. And you know, stouts and porters, you can pair them with some pretty cool foods, as I mentioned, and or else you can just have this beer on its own. But sometimes um, it just adds to the experience when you have a nice beer and good food, and it just complements one another. A good marriage, right? So, but this is a great marriage between beer and coffee. So, kudos, good job, Hoyne. I love this beer. Fantastic. All right, so again, this is high voltage espresso stout, 7.1 ABV, unknown IBU, Hoyne Brewing out of Victoria. Just a fantastic beer, and I think you'll like this a lot if you like porters and stouts. But if you don't, give multi beers a chance. You never know, you might be pleasantly surprised. Or wait till the fall and winter time and try some of those heavier beers, thicker beers when the weather gets a little bit colder. And who knows, you might start experimenting with some new brews. All right, guys, that's it from me. Hope you're doing well. Stay safe, and stay inside, drink beer, watch me, but within moderation. Stay safe, and yeah, thanks for watching. Remember, keep calm and drink craft beer. Cheers. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.